Hello there and welcome to Wilson Waffling Live, episode 17 I think, and I really have no idea what is going to happen. So anyway, let's run titles. Well, hello. Well, welcome to Mission Control. This is Mission Control. This is where I normally do Wilson Waffling from every sort of weekend. I've had a swap round. I'm not too sure how I'm going to keep things at the moment, but at the moment, this is the setup. I normally have my green screen behind me, which I don't at the moment, so I can't have a color thing, and this is because I've got my new computer and I've got a new microphone. You could probably hear it there, so I'm not too sure whether or not it's too loud or too awful or whatever. I'm just going to see what it sounds like. Oh, I just put it through my headphones. It's all like echo. So yeah, so this is welcome to Command Central, Mission Control. I hope you enjoyed the intros, and this is Wilson Waffling Live episode 17. So this is going to be a bit of a strange show because I've actually tried to stream this in the highest possible quality just to see what it looks like, and I'm going to have to play it back and sort of like see what it looks like and the sort of like the quality that I'm going to get. I don't know whether or not I'm happy with the setup here. I really don't know anything, so I'm just sort of like playing back here, but I wanted to be here for the regular viewers. You regular viewers that come every week to watch Wilson Waffling Live, I wanted to be here. So before we go any further, and I must normally I have my other monitor there, and so I can go chink. It's now there, so every time you see me go you know that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at the monitor. So first things first, let's look at this, because if you remember last week I started a poll, and the poll was, what would you like to Wilson Waffling to be called, and should it be called Wilson Waffling Live, or what should it be called? So this is where we're up to. So you can see that the majority still wanted Wilson Waffling Live, and about a quarter, just over a quarter, would like the Waffling Wilson show. And then we got some others. So here are the other popular answers down here. We've got Wilson Waffling Weekly, and I quite like that. Or maybe Wilson's Weekly Waffle. Wilson's Weekly Waffle, maybe a little bit better. Wilson Waffles or Wilson Waffling. Okay, so I quite like Wilson Weekly Waffle rather than Wilson. Anyway, at the moment it is Wilson Waffling Live, which is fantastic. And so we're to the point of, do you know, I just hope you could hear me. I just noticed something. Anyway, let's go back to this. I've had to make up a lower third. I quite like this lower third. It's quite sort of like transparent. Okay, so I lost all my lower thirds. Okay, they just went. And all my background pictures, I've moved up to Windows 8. And they don't have all those nice pictures like with the penguins and everything, so all that's gone. So I'm having to think how to do that. I don't have to have my microphone down, which I mentioned beforehand. So this we're just having to go with it. So okay, we're just going with it. So let's continue and let's talk about this. So this is this week's Wilson Waffling, and this week's Wilson Waffling I talk about why I waffle. So this is why I waffle, and you can see I've talked about in 3 points, and the most important point that comes across is enjoyment, because I really do enjoy waffling, and I say that in the nicest possible way, and I really enjoy sort of like waffling around and waffling on and on and on. And so one of the major reasons I do all of this is because I enjoy it. So that's the first thing there. And the second thing is that I would like to make a difference. I would like to make a difference. And this is really important to me, because I want, and I'm not going to read the whole blog, you could go back and have a look at it. I want to make a difference. I want to help people think, oh, this is a better way forward, or this is good about education, or anything like that. One thing I will say is that now that I've got a bit more processing speed, I could do things like this. Are you ready? Watch this. Ooh, did you see it swoop in? Did you see it swoop? There's a whole load here, and I can't see all of them. The next one, this is swing door. Oh, swing door. And swoop. I like that. Anyway, let's swing door. Do you want to know? This is annoying me as well. We go to swing door this in. Here we go. Chunk like that. Oh, it only does a little W. And then down at the bottom, this idea to encourage to learn. And I really like the idea of collaboration and sharing learning and things like this. So that's basically what Wilson Waffling is about today, this week. So by all means, go and have a look at that and see what it's all about, and hope you enjoy reading that. Sorry, this show is not flowing very well, and that is because I'm just putting it together on the fly. You might actually be saying, well, Ian, half your shows don't flow. So if that's the case, then you're totally used to this. But as I say, it's just sort of like a trial run with everything going. So, but one thing I did want to talk about, and this is important because I've been asking people's opinions about this, and I was going to just sort of like leave it today, but what I'm going to do is that I'm going to run it for another week and then put everything together in a proper show next week. So what I would like to sort of like focus on is my topic areas, my new discussion forums on Wilson Waffling. And Wilson Waffling now has a forum, and in that forum there are various topics, and you can see it here. It says discussion forum, and then you can see that there's 2 topics there, and the one that we're looking at the moment is response to low level disruption. Okay, and in here I put some comments. There was a recent article, below the radar, low level disruptions there, and I talked about that, and this is about low level disruptions in the classroom. Okay, and it's low level disruptions in the classroom that cause a lot of sort of like disruption to learning, and this is what the government's been saying. And so the idea was to sort of like identify this and sort of like make changes, and they unfortunately a lot of the blame for this seems to be directed at head teachers rather than whole schools and governors as well. It's just sort of like attached to them. Anyway, one of the things that I found on the interweb was that I found this article on the BBC Education and Family, low level class disruption disrupts learning. And the interesting thing about this is that up here there was a school, an academy that now has a zero tolerance policy towards disruption. One of the things I said was that if you could have a look at that, and then to make some comments, and I wanted you to sort of like make some comments about what was going on. Now, in order to make those comments, I set up this, set up a survey there that you could sort of like vote on, and you could click there and go to the survey, and as you can see, these are currently the responses that I've got. So quite a few really good responses there, and at the moment I'm going to leave it open for a while, and I'm going to come back later and sort of like work out and share with you some of the responses if you haven't already watched them or looked at them, and we're going to have a discussion about that next time. And so that's really going to be sort of like next week's Wilson Waffling Live focus. And what I want to try to get done is sort of like try to have me down. Can you see where that is down there? I want to try to get me down there. So when you get the main web page up here, you can see me sort of like down there, little crouching in the corner somewhere, so I can talk. So that's my main sort of like programming thing that I need to get done ready for next week. I also started up another sort of like post, and this post has been about the assessment of mathematics, and you can see assessing within a mathematics lesson, and I've put that up. So you can go and have a look at that as well if you wish and start to get involved there. But I won't be sort of like working on that for like another 2 weeks. So if you would like to go and have a look at that and make some comments, and that's absolutely fine. You've got like 2 weeks to do it. So I commented about the name for the, and remember also that what we also have on Wilson Waffling Live every week is that we have asked questions. Now I've just checked Ask FM and nothing's on it at the moment. So, but what I would like to focus it on is almost like specific elements. So as you've seen from that discussion, we're talking about low-level disruption and behavior. So if you have any questions about behavior ready for next week, then by all means you can post them. You can post them at ask.fm, and you can I'll tweet that throughout the week, and you can put down any questions that you have for that, and then I'll answer them next week in Wilson Waffling Live episode 18, the brand new improved Wilson Waffling Live. So hopefully we'll get some lower thirds sorted, and we'll get everything sort of like up and running, so it's really sort of like slick, unlike today, which is hardly slick. And I put my hand up. So and then the 2 weeks after, or the week after, we'll talk about assessment, and we'll start looking at assessment. And I've got some future sort of like areas to talk about, and one of them is going to be about working with adults and teacher assistants and things like that. So I've got that coming up as well, which would be nice. So, and if there's anything that you would like to put in the discussion forums, then by all means drop me an email or tweet me at iWilsonYFJ, and we can get all that put together. I was just about to tell you something I know. Oh yes, that was the other thing. The other thing that I'm a bit, if anybody out there knows how to do this, I would really appreciate it, because I have some discussion forums here, and people need to sort of like register for the forums in order to sort of like being able to comment on it. And at the moment I'm not too sure whether or not that's working or anything. I'm not too sure how it's done or what to do or anything like that. It says sort of like register, and it asks you to sort of like put an email in. There, look, and then I think it says we'll use your email address to email your secure password, but I tried it with one of my other accounts, and as yet I haven't actually had anything back, nothing back at all. I haven't had an email, so I don't know whether or not it goes in my spam box or what. So that's a bit of a problem. So if there's anybody out there who's sort of like a WordPress, it's BB Press that I'm using. If anybody out there knows WordPress or BB Press and knows how to fix that, then I would be extremely grateful. So this is not going to be the full half an hour that I normally do for Wilson Waffling Live due to new computers, etc. But what I would like you to do is pop along to Wilson Waffling and read Why I Waffle, because that should be interesting for you. And also I apologise for the roughness and the readiness of this week's Wilson Waffling Live episode 18, but please bear with me. New computer, new everything, so hopefully we'll get better and we will go onwards and upwards with this all. So don't forget, I have hit my target of 26 subscribers. So I wanted 25 and I got 26, but if you'd like to watch this on YouTube, then by all means subscribe in the normal way on YouTube. That I would be very grateful for that. And if you would like to add any comments on wilsonwaffling.co.uk on my website, then that would be fantastic as well. Finally, the last thing I had to say was don't forget that you can follow me on Twitter, and that at iWilsonYSJ, and if you have any questions or anything, then you can tweet me there or ask me on ask.fm, and it's iWilsonYSJ there. So that's about it today. I'm so sorry if we haven't had everything up and running and normal this week, but hopefully you can see, if you could just bear with me, we'll soon get everything up and running and get things hunky-dory and working very well. So finally, can I just say thank you very much for turning up and watching this live. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much, and sorry for the rough and readiness, but I will see you all later. Catch you later. Bye. If I can get this thing to work, because I tell you, I have no idea what's going on. So here's the end titles. Have fun. See ya. Catch you later. Bye.
Wilson Waffling.